Today we're going to take a look at the character I've been maining so far in Concord, Jabali. We're going to start off with a look at his lore and who he is, then we'll take a look at his loadout and abilities by the numbers, and then we'll go over how you can best use those weapons and abilities to help your team and keep yourself alive. We'll finish up by asking what type of players will benefit the most from playing Jabali. So let's get started. If you take a side journey into your galactic guide and follow Route 42 out in the deep space, you might come across a little planet called Creek. It's described as being the definition of chill. Some grassland, some ocean, as flat and calm as the people that live there. Those people are Jabali's people, a nomadic culture that is always moving from place to place, dropping off some people here and picking up some new people there. Even though the planet of Creek itself might have been very unremarkable, what Jabali was interested in as a young man were the people. He didn't get to know many of them well as they would come and go often, but he took a particular interest in a singer who would come, stay for a while and perform her music, and then leave just as quickly. This singer inspired Jabali's own love for music, and he began to perform and travel as she had, hoping to run into her again. One really cool detail about this lore is Jabali's idle animation. If you watch him, he will start tapping his foot, something a lot of musicians do when they have music playing in their head. I thought that was a really nice touch. So what happened to the singer? How did Jabali end up with the free gunners? We don't know yet. The game has just started, but if people are interested, maybe we'll explore the lore more in the future. Let me know. Jabali is a classic healer character. He can heal teammates or himself, but his own damage output is pretty low in order to balance out his kit. He is able to throw out a healing orb to a teammate or to just anywhere on the map and pick it up himself. Whoever has the orb then heals themselves and everyone in a pretty large radius around them for about 6 health every half second or so. This is a way to keep a teammate in the fight longer, but it is not enough to heal them through all the damage they take when they're running out and taking team shots to the face. Jabali's other ability is the Hunter Orb, which hits an enemy for 70 damage at once and comes back on a 10-second cooldown. Both of these orbs have pretty good tracking as long as you're aiming somewhere in the vicinity of the person you're throwing to, but the tracking will not save you if your aim is just in outer space somewhere. Jabali's gun is a fully automatic assault rifle with 50 bullets in the magazine. The good news is those bullets also track, so you don't have to have the greatest aim in the world to hit enemies with it. The bad news is the bullets are made of rainbow confetti cotton candy and only do 7 damage a body shot or 9 damage on a crit. Each character in Concord has a different amount of health, but assuming the one you're shooting at has 200 health, it will take you between 23 and 29 shots to kill them in a 1v1. I don't think I need to tell you that those are not optimal damage numbers. But don't worry, just because your gun shoots gummy bears doesn't mean you can't put your enemies in their place, it just means you have to be smart about it. The most important thing you will need to be doing at all times as a Jabali player is to be aware of the situation. Your goal is to support your team, right? Keep heals on your teammates, throw hunter orbs into the faces of your enemies, and sprinkle these mini marshmallows onto any enemy your teammates are engaged with. But how do you do that? First of all, try to always keep the fight in front of you. This can be hard to do in a first-person shooter, I know, but this should always be your goal. Stay just a few steps behind your teammates so that you can see them. The moment they start shooting is usually the best time to hit them with a healing orb. Not when they're so low that your slow but steady heals can't help them. Get them right at the start of the fight so they can take a few more shots in that 1v1 than they otherwise would have been able to, and for most teammates, that's all they need to stay alive. Additionally, right after throwing out the heals, start sending your miniature super soft stuffed unicorn bullets at the enemies to help your team get them down quicker. Being a good support in a PvP game takes strategy, awareness, and good positioning, so always keep your head on a swivel. Look out, because sooner or later those enemies will turn their attention to you. So how does a Jabali player stay alive when all they have is a wet noodle to defend themselves with? Well, by remembering that you definitely have more than that terrible gun. You have a triple jump, which can save your life regularly by making you harder to hit. For example, when I come around a corner and I suspect an enemy may be there, I never go around on the ground. Enemies expect you there and will be quick to shoot you straight in the face. Instead, I come around in the air. They may still shoot at me, but they will be surprised to find out that I'm not where they expect me to be and maybe miss a shot or two. That's usually just enough time for me to clean them up with these freshly fallen snowflake bullets. Next, try not to stay in a fight that you know you can't win. Sometimes it's unavoidable for sure, but most of the time, as soon as the fight starts, you know if there is a reasonable chance that you can win this engagement or not. And if you know there's no way, immediately stop fighting, hit yourself with a healing orb if you can, and run away. The sound in this game is great, and loud footsteps will let you know when there's danger nearby. Take advantage of the fact that you can see your team through the walls and run back to them for safety in numbers. Odds are like 100% they will have a better gun than you anyway. So what type of players should play Jabali? Well, healer mains to be sure, although he is not the only healer. Players who don't have the best aim can benefit greatly from the tracking on his bullets, and people who like to support the team more than running around trying to kill everyone themselves. If that type of player is you, try him out. I see an enemy Jabali maybe 1 out of every 20 matches, so he's pretty rare, but I think more people would like him if they gave him a shot. And that's it. What do you guys think? Do you want to see more breakdowns on characters and lore from Concord? If you do, be sure to sub and let us know who you want to see next.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.